Good morning, broadcasters. 360 seconds news and commentary for broadcast professionals is on the air. I'm Maria Caldova from TKT. Let's discuss the latest technological news with our respected expert, Philip Grossman. Don't forget to give the program a like. Lightricks, a company known for its AI-based filters, has launched a new product that is making waves in the realm of AI-generated video content. Named LTX Studio, this AI engine boasts an unparalleled level of user control over video creation, marking a significant advancement from existing tools. So, Philip, can you break this down for us?
Sure. I'm sort of getting AI fatigued with these products. Now this one's a little different in that it's not just a generative text-based solution. It does give you a bit more control over what you're doing, but the rendered outputs, although they're interesting, still have a very AI look to it that we've seen with the latest releases from OpenAI and such, that the physics is a little bit off. They have a sort of a cartoonish look to them. It's getting better and better. I personally, I'd like to see these studios and products be able to generate the content in a format that allows you to then take it into, say, Unreal Engine, or take it into After Effects, or to 3D Max or something, and then manipulate it further. I think that would be a great tool for filmmakers. I think the other thing that these tools really will be good at and initially be used for is the storyboarding, getting the concepts down and really being able to see, if I do it this angle with the camera versus this angle with the camera, or swap out the lenses, it'll give them tools really to help the creative process, as opposed to replacing the creative process with just somebody rendering text. Because remember, all of this stuff, I like to say, it's algorithmic imitation. It's just learning on things that have already been created and trying to synthesize them down into something. It's never going to be something new in terms of the way that things look, at least right now. It could always change. But I guess I'm glad to see the tools coming along. At the same time, they're going to get overused early on. It's just the nature of those types of products.
All right, now moving on to Sony. Sony has unveiled the PDT FP1, a cutting-edge 5G-enabled portable data transmitter designed for field operations. It offers comprehensive support for a broad spectrum of 5G wave bands, including domestic and international frequencies, sub-6 communication, standalone 5G networks, and local 5G networks, facilitating rapid and reliable data transmission. So, Philip, can you talk to us about this?
Yeah, so this is, I guess, Sony's possible shot over the bow of TVU and LiveU, who've had the packs. Now, it's going to compete to some extent with those products, and those products have multiple transmitters in them. You put in the cell cards, they can have up to 4 to 6. They can be across multiple providers, which gives you some reliability that you don't necessarily have with the Sony, although Sony does have multiple eSIMs in it. It's really an interesting tool because it brings what was a functionality that basically news studios and larger corporations could do into the hands of sort of the citizen journalist, if you will, because it is a simple tool to use, plugs in. It's like a cell phone with an HDMI interface on it. So I'm glad to see it. I don't know what kind of adoption you'll see of this, only because the receiving side is always the part that you got to figure out, where's it going to and how do I set up the receiving side to get it. But they have sort of simplified the tool, making it, I guess, more available to schools, colleges, high schools to do this kind of remote work that before, microwave trucks, satellite trucks, or the bonded cellular networks. So I'm glad to see these kind of tools coming along. We'll see where it can go. I mean, if anybody can do it, Sony can.
Great. All right. Now moving on, Shimbol has expanded its product line with the introduction of 2 advanced on-camera monitors, the M7 and the M7 Pro. These monitors are notable for their 7-inch Full HD IPS touchscreens, boasting robust aluminum construction. The M7 Pro model elevates the standard set by the M7 with additional capabilities, including internal video recording. So, Philip, what are your thoughts on this?
So I'm glad to see more and more vendors getting into the small monitor market, the 5 and 7 inch. the capabilities of the monitor matches a lot of what's out there, which is great with all the various tools integrated in. From what I read, the construction is pretty interesting. It is an aluminum construction. A lot of the less expensive models tend to be a plastic material of some sort. Various types of plastic, I should say. This is an all metal construction, so I think that's great. And at the price point, that's pretty amazing. Has HDMI and SDI, which is fantastic. I think the recording on the Pro model, it really just, it has 4 levels or 3 levels for recording. It's all H.264 with the highest record rate, I think, is 25 megabits. I think it's great as a safety recorder. It's not going to replace the Atomos and some of the other tear decks and things that are going to record ProRes RAW, those kind of things. But it's a great, inexpensive solution for the general filmmaker. So I'm glad to see it.
All right, thanks. Many thanks to our expert, Philip Grossman. Don't forget to comment on the news that we've discussed, and we'll see you next Monday at the same time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.